Okay, so from um, from last night's trade plans, we have the setup. Our setup was on the dollar yen first of all. Long entry at 101.90 with a target at 102.30, and if the dollar sold off against the yen, then we had a short entry at 101.20 with a profit target of 180. That's our setup for the dollar yen. So this is our entry here, the 101.90, and we entered the position here at this point, and the stop was just basically the last sort of swing low, or the previous support level where the actual new buying came in. So it's down here at the 101.75 area, and the price just sort of gradually came up, and then we had the impulse move, and that's obviously because we've had some fundamental good news for the US. The non-farm employment change came in at 288k from the expected 214, and that's up against the previous 224k. So good news for the US economy. In terms of the labour market, which is what the policymakers are trying to put their main focus on, and that's why we've had this good move here. There was a clue yesterday with the ADP numbers that came in good as well, and usually that's kind of like a guide to the actual non-farm payroll. So we're in this trade. We're currently up about 20 pips or so, and can take profit. I mean, that 20 pips is already above the 3% target for the day. However, I am just waiting to see what the next bar looks like, because we are still on course for our profit target at the 102.30. We've now been this bar has been running for about 27 minutes now, and it has not sold off. It's not down here. It is still pretty much near the high of the bar. So this means that there is still more buying coming in, and higher prices is still expected to come from this. So this is a pretty good move. At the 102.30, it should shut the trade down for approximately 40 pips profit or so, or just under, as we entered the trade just slightly above the buy line. So everything looks good so far on this trade, and expecting that to come in maybe in the next half an hour or so, or maybe longer, depends. But that looks good, and I'm not wouldn't be concerned with doing anything to this trade at the moment. So we'll monitor this and come back and check back later. Now, our second trade, which is active at the moment, is the pound Swiss, and this is the pound Swiss trade plan. The long entry at 152.90 with a profit target of 153.30, and if the pound Swiss was or the pound was to weaken against the Swiss, the short entry is 152 dead, and the short target would be 151.60. So that's the trade plan for the pound Swiss. Over here we have the entry, and you're in from the 152.90. I have an entry already, and this is I had an entry order in at the 152.90, but this is positive slippage, if you like. The broker, for whatever reason, which is unknown to me at this point, because normally they fill you higher, has filled me during the entry of the non-farm payroll, and that spike has got me in early, which is fantastic. I'm not complaining. It's still a good entry point because it's broken the highs of the consolidation. The actual breakout trade is the entry, which is fantastic. So we're in this position at the moment, up some 30 points at the moment. The profit target is in at the 153.30, and this should push on to that target. So again, we'll keep an eye on this trade. And just going back to the dollar yen, the new bar's opened. It should just come off a little bit before turning around and hitting the target. The third trade we have on, which is the pound yen. The pound yen, a long entry at 174.90 with a long target or profit target of 175.30. And if the pound weakens against the yen, we sell it below 173.70 with a profit target of 173.30. Okay, so we're at the entry. I already had a trade on the pound yen, which I've already banked for 39 points. So again, that's exceeded my target for the day, which is nice. So again, second entry with a profit target here at the 175.30, and that's on its way to doing that. That should move quite nicely. So we'll monitor the three trades, and basically they should close for profit. The pound Swiss is still moving nicely. Again, that's well on its way to close in for profit, and so is the dollar yen, and so is the pound yen. So we'll keep an eye on those trades as they close. So we're pushing up nicely on all three trades. All the trades are moving in the right direction. I only currently have these two on. This one's already closed for 39 pips of profit, but it's still good for the 175.30. This one we're in at the entry there, and we're just a few pips away from the target, some 12 pips or so. And again, we're pretty close, not too far away from hitting the target on the pound Swiss. So they're all moving in the right direction, and we'll just keep tabs on them. The pound Swiss is still pushing much higher, getting closer to the target. So you can see that there is strong momentum in this move. And it stands to reason that we've been consolidating. Now we have the impulse move. And once you see that, you just stay with that and just let it do its thing, because this is a strong move. It means that all the buying is coming into the pound and selling coming into the Swiss franc. The same as here, again, the pound against the yen. The yen is weakening. Over here you have the dollar still holding its strength. Not moving as quick as the yen, but as the pound, but it is still okay. So this trade is up almost 50 points on that particular trade, and this one is up 27 points. So all good at the moment. The initial targets of all these trades are all 40 points, so this one is already gone over the 40 pips, so it can be closed at any time. But let's just let that go, because we have so much momentum on that. It should actually hit the target of the 153.30. So just gonna quickly run through why this trade was taken. To do that, I'm just going to move to a daily chart and let's clear up some old history. So if you look at this particular setup, just compress the chart. As you can see, that this is trending up nicely, and we're having these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So this is our typical retracement strategy. Even though we're looking at a daily time frame, this is still the retracement strategy works across all time frames. So we had this setup yesterday on, and this is how the market had closed. So we just wanted to take the continuation of that retracement, and so we planned to buy the market during the continuation of that retracement and pretty much sell it below where that would have failed. So going back down to the 30 minutes time frame, so we had this consolidation period, and then as soon as the price breaks out, we have this strong momentum fueled by fundamentals as well, and we've had this nice strong move, and that should pretty much take us to our profit target. Okay, so let's look at why the dollar yen then in that case. So look at the dollar, and we can see that the dollar had been selling off on those negative news we had last week, but it came down to 79.80, which is a previous support level. As you can see over here, it's a support level. So it kind of held, and we had this formation here, which is the morning star, and this formation means that the dollar should continue to go up after this turn, this U-turn here. The next bar should be a move up. So that's how it looked like last night. This is where we are with the dollar yen now, and again, this is the formation right here. This is the move as expected. Okay, as expected, we've got this strong move in the dollar, again fueled by the fundamentals. But this morning star formation, which we spoke about in the trade plan, we had this expectation that the dollar would actually strengthen. If I just show you that, again, this is the newsletter, and we spoke here. The expected move higher after the morning star formation. The dollar index held at the 79.80 level and is expected to move higher after the morning star formation. Okay, that's what we was expecting. This is the morning star formation, and we're expecting the dollar to move higher. This is the morning star formation. The dollar has moved higher. Okay, this is price prediction, and hence why we have this move in the dollar. So here's the buy against the yen, and of course you have to have the strength and weakness in place as well, and this is what we teach on the course. And there's the entry as the price gets above this line. That was the time when I bought it. Stop down here at the low, and this is the move. And again, we are on our way to that target price of the 102.30. The pound yen is still moving nicely. towards the 175.30, and of course the pound Swiss, which is the other trade that we're actually in, is heading towards the 153.30. Okay, so we're still pushing on the pound Swiss and on the pound yen. Both of these two are just dealing with the 20 levels, and once through, then they should roll on to target. Pound yen is just taking a pause. Sorry, not the pound yen, the dollar yen. Rather, it's just taking a little pause here, just going into a very short-term consolidation before that gets going again. The dollar and the yen is just balanced off in terms of strength and weakness. The pound is still holding its strength pretty much across the board. Okay, so the pound yen is now just some 7 pips from the target. Dollar yen is now starting to grow again. Just the pound Swiss is just easing off a little bit while they do their thing. It's nothing to worry about. That should also continue. It's had a strong move previously, so they're doing okay. Again, all three trades moving in the right direction. All three trades in the profit, in the money, and you just sit back and let it do its thing. What we have here is we have the direction right, which is what you need to predict to trade profitably. We have the right currencies selected, we have the entries done, and we've identified the profit targets, we've identified our stops, they're also in. That's the golden triangle, the three things you need. So we're just practically at profit with the pound yen. Got a new bar coming up, and again they may ease off before they make the final rally. So far they're all looking pretty good. And again we will check back shortly. Okay, so the pound yen has hit the target. Okay, so that again is the 40 points move, 40 pips of profit there. I had this from, as I said, I had it from yesterday with a profit target of 40 pips. It closed me out for 39.6 as 40 pips. So, and that's the only reason why I didn't take the second, although it's valid, and as you can see, it's moved. The dollar yen I took, again, this is all based on the trade plans, and this one should also make its move. We're getting above targets here on the pound yen, which is nice. Dollar yen should also move up towards target as well, and so should the pound Swiss, should also do that. So I just want to see that the dollar yen close its position as well. Currently up 32 pips on that trade, 44 on the pound Swiss, and we had 39 on the pound yen. So we'll just check back once that gets closer to the profit target. Okay, so the dollar yen is just pushing closer. Just need to see that momentum just start to increase slightly. The pound Swiss is just taking a little breather. And it just basically needs one more surge, and it should close that off nicely. Again, we'll check back. Okay, so I'm just this is going into a bit of consolidation. It's not, the momentum is just running out a little bit. So what I'm going to do, as time is pressing for me, I'm going to take these trades out for profit, and they should really go, but we have some good profits here on the table, being in all three of these trades. So the first one, I'm going to close the pound Swiss, and I've taken that out for 43 pips of profit. The pound yen already had 39 pips of profit on that one, which was closed earlier this afternoon. So these two are 82 pips of profit. This one's up at 28 points. So I'm going to close that one as well. I just need to turn on the history. There you go. So 28 points up, we closed that. So in total, these three trades is 110 pips of profit. Okay, 110 pips of profit, and that is far exceeds my 3% that I was looking for today. So those are the newsletter trades. Again, they should go and hit the target, but still, you know, you have these three trades on and you're up 110 pips of profit. You know, sometimes, you know, we don't need to be too robotic, but the profit's there for the take-in. 110 pips in an afternoon's trade is very, very acceptable. So those are the three trades taken from the newsletter. All of them taken profit.